with y'all little podcast.
Willie, where you want to go? Pause.
Who invests more in relationships? I think that's a good
No clip with that one.
Who invests more?
How? Right.
So I was watching this other show, and they were just talking about who invests more in relationships: time, money, effort, energy, the things you invest in a relationship, not just financial. It was from what did I see it on? It's Complicated show. He's a guy that does content in Vegas. He asks people questions on the street, and he asks people who invest more in relationships.
Like men or women?
Yes, no, cats or dogs.
No, I just want to make sure.
You would really have to break that apart.
Right.
Like you just
I
say
just
time,
did.
money, this, that. You would have to separate those because I can't give you an answer just for that as a whole because that as a whole is
It's extremely subjective.
Right.
this is
Yeah.
work. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Every relationship.
Y'all
No.
think so?
But but I think we can still unpack it though, because I think. Go ahead, Chris.
Oh, I was about to say, let's just take a relationship through its entire lifespan.
That's
right?
exactly what I was going to.
We get married and we have 3 children.
Even
I
on
can
the
say-
initial,
How do we get
you don't
to
even got to
dating?
get to being married. Who invest?
all the
Who?
way?
No, I mean, because see, I'm a man. So in my mind, when I think who invests more in a relationship, I think the dating stage, I'm taking her on dates. I'm spending more of my time. She, blah, 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 blah. Then we get to the next part. I don't even know how y'all see that and don't see all the other things that you got to do in a relationship just to get to the, you skip straight to marriage. Jesus Christ.
No, I'm saying if we take a relationship in its entirety in hindsight with a relationship, y'all going from marriage to death, right? And we look at that. That's how you have to assess who invested.
Let's start at courting, Chris. Who invests more in the courtship stage,
Okay.
men or women?
Probably men. Because if you say time, then we're both spending our time.
Mm-hmm,
If we're saying energy, we're both spending our energy. Who's paying for it is most likely the man, so they win. So we can end the topic here.
No, I got to ask everybody else, man.
No, but
You
I'm
know,
saying that's what I'm.
Bricks, what you
that's
think?
In the courting stage.
I'm a pimp. So
There we go. No, finally, somebody produce contact with me, please.
I mean, it depends, right? I mean, I've had relationships where the woman did a lot of the investing up front.
You are a pimp.
Nah, that ass. But and
Wait,
then
hold on. Oh, Lena said red flag, bro.
this is my reality. I'm a reformed fuckboy, so. But I'm reformed.
Believable.
I'm here for the accountability.
Yeah, so.
Love that.
And then there were relationships where I did invest more. So it just depends.
Lena, what do you think?
Pass the mic. I think I can agree with both of them. I think in the dating stage, time and all that, where it's equally balanced essentially, but financially, a guy probably will invest more. And what I think that's what should happen though too, because you want that man to essentially be in a space where you know that he's actually wanting to actively pursue you, because then you're able to see different things about him. So I think men do invest more in the courting stage, personally.
Willie, help me unpack this.
No, I look at it differently. I think.
I know, that's why I said help me unpack it.
No, I think in the beginning, definitely certain situations a man can invest more depending on what his desired outcome is. So, like, if you're saying, hey, if my desired outcome is to be with you long term, then obviously I'm probably going to invest a little bit more because I'm going to be with you longer. To Brix's point, if we're in that space where we're just we're here for a short time and a good time.
Say we're here, we're spinning plates, she's spinning plates, I'm spinning plates. For people that don't know, spinning plates is dating multiple people at once.
If I'm spinning plates, I'm not investing a lot.
But if she's spinning plates and she's got more options than you,
I'm not fucking with nobody who's spinning plates.
Right, exactly.
Hey, I'm just- hey, I'm trying to.
No, but you know what? Though? I don't even. But see, I'm not even a big believer in women spinning plates. I still think that even when a woman thinks she's spinning plates, there's always that one guy that she'd rather spend majority of her time with.
That's everybody.
Listen, when I step in, the plates get dropped.
No, because that's not true.
Fumble plates.
Right. Because even in scenarios where we're spinning plates, there wasn't always someone that stuck out. I just think women are more naturally monogamous, so I think they naturally want to lock in. So even when they are believing they are spinning plates, there is still one guy that if he gives the energy that she wants him to give, she will naturally cut guys off because she wants to be with that person.
I'll roll. You're playing semantics.
No.
You said if she believes. I'm saying she believes she's spinning plates. I'm not saying if she is or isn't. I'm saying she believes she's spinning plates. She believes I got 3 dudes. Obviously, there's always one that rises to the top. We all know that. But
So-
she is talking to multiple people.
Yeah, that's natural though.
That's the
right.
definition, literally, of spinning
So, but
plates.
again, we're going back to the investment conversation. Yes, a man is probably initially going to invest more in a woman in the courting stage to get her attention to lock in. I do think, though, in my experience, especially as I continue to get older, I do think women who are like very intentional, if they really like you, I will say they tend to sometimes invest more into the relationship than I do. And I think because women start to see like the guys that they want, I just think women are better at being intentional, knowing what they want and going after it. So sometimes they'll tend to spend more energy, whereas men, it almost feels like as we get older, we're reluctant to give energy either through trauma or because of certain experiences. So I think guys tend to kind of regress, and I think women as they get older, they just know. They have a time clock. So women either are going to go hard for you and say, hey, this is the person I want, or they're going to quickly retreat and find someone else. So I do think, at least in the dating and courting phase, or the dating and the relationship phase, I actually will say women overall will probably invest a little bit more in that space.
Ladies with the nicknames.
Lydia and Sim.
I don't like nicknames.
Anyway,
Your name is Lydia in my phone.
that's because we're related.
That's my mom's name was Teresa.
Anyway,
on my phone.
so
Go
I
ahead.
think that, initially men will probably invest more.
Talking to the mic.
Unless, like Willie said, this is a woman who sees what she wants. Even if he doesn't see it yet, but she's like, oh, that's where I'm going. That's what I want to do. Then women are more intentional. She might invest more as far as more time, more, not just time spent with him, but time spent learning him, because I'm always advocating for learning the man you want to be with. You should be able to know what he likes, what makes him feel valued, and things of that nature. And then I feel like, say fast forward, you guys aren't dating anymore, you're together, whatever, you get married, blah, blah, blah. I think women invest more then, because then we're going to give you children, then we're going to raise those children, then we're going to still take care of the house, and then we're going to take care of your old dusty ass later on. And who do you expect to wipe your butt when you're old? Your wife. So I think in those ways, when, like Willie said, when women get older, we tend to invest more.
Who wiping y'all butt when y'all old? Y'all wiping your own
My
butt?
butt?
My daughters.
Oh, okay.
Well, hopefully I'm married by then. But if I'm not, then my son better wipe my
Y'all
butt.
calling y'all daughters
Or
to
my
wipe y'all butt
sister.
with a husband and
Or my little sister. She can wipe my butt.
Okay. Dang. So y'all not even looking to y'all husband to take care of y'all?
I said, hopefully.
I'm gonna
don't
die
have a
before I get to
husband.
that stage.
He's probably not going to have good knees, elbows, back.
What
gonna
y'all
be
knees
up.
doing?
Old dusty ass.
His job requires a lot more strength.
Physical?
Yes. So
Okay.
that's
That's valid.
But I agree with the majority of you guys. Women invest more at different parts, and everyone seems to be more caught up on who invests more first. And that's what a lot of men don't really see the long term, unless that's his intent. So if initially he's only thinking about what I'm going to get out of this, then investing early on is a turnoff.
Those are bars.
Makes a lot of
Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. I think that if a man is very short term, I agree with her. I think a man will overinvest, and I think that's actually what messes up the
That's the red flag.
yeah, that actually messes up the curve though.
Yeah, I'm about to say
Because
that.
I've dated women where they're like, well, I'm used to men doing this and this, and I'm like,
He was a simp.
yeah, but but even when a woman says that to me, it's like you're literally giving me the ammo, but he's not here. So you're comparing me to somebody that didn't end up in a space with you that you wanted long term.
It was a wham bam.
So for you to say that, it's like that shouldn't be a proxy. Men, like I said, I think men fast forward women all the time, and I think women get caught up in that. I just do. I think they start believing that's the true mean out here. They start saying, well, guys got to do A, B, C, and D. No, that's not the case. Probably the guy that's the best for you is the guy who's going to slow down and really respect and walk you through stages of a relationship. But most guys aren't. Most guys are
I thought you were saying the inverse.
What do you mean?
I thought that you were saying men that would have a problem with investing in the early stages are the ones that don't have the foresight, because they're just looking to, see
Depending
how
on
the
their-
cheeks. Like, let me get the
right.
cheeks.
Oh no.
Depending
No,
on-
a lot of
They're not
guys.
thinking that if I pour
No,
into
Willie
this
has
woman,
said
she
it
has
before.
value, and I will
Willie's
marry her and she'll wipe my butt.
Willie has told us multiple times how these dudes are out here wifing girls off the rip.
Yes.
I
Just to-
talked about what she said.
Yeah, but
I thought she was
interpreted
aligned with what
she
we're
said.
saying.
No,
No,
I was disagreeing. I was saying that
Okay.
so if this is a woman that I'm strictly just trying to be romantic with physically, that
I like
I if that is our sole
So that was
purpose-
my guy
Right,
cleaning up
right.
his language. I
Right,
like
exactly.
it. Thank you.
And I believe in a very scarce mindset. And I actually think as guys get older, they tend to narrow down their focus on a woman really fast. I'm willing to invest whatever I need to in the 6 months to be with you romantically as often as I want to be romantically with you until I get tired of being romantically with you and then leave you. So I'm willing to go fast. I'm willing to go on trips. I'm willing to spend all my time because I'm only going to be here for 6 months. So I'm gonna take you up that roller coaster, get you all in your feels, and then like Brick
Yep.
said, and then I'm gonna cut you.
We're
That's
getting
that
off
red
this
flag.
ride.
That's that love bombing, early on love
Yeah,
bombing that women need to look out for. Those are telltale
But-
signs.
but-
That feels like two
Early
ends of different
on
extremes.
love
And then she- I thought
bombing.
she was
Now
talking
cross
about
it
the
to something
cheap
else
dude.
now.
No,
That
no,
just
I
wants
like
some cheap.
no
He's gonna buy
early
you 2
on
shots
love
of
bombing.
Hennessy.
And I think because we're older, right? Lydia's
like
in the.
that's like some Diddy stuff, like what he's doing with
I don't think
old
that's
girl.
Diddy stuff. Oh no,
we talking about
How old are you?
every. I'm 32.
Okay.
oh, you supposed to be in the ballpark with us. You supposed
Yeah.
to be on the love bombing.
Those are two different sides.
But
of the
I would agree with Willie that at this age, guys are willing to, what's a trip? At the end of the day, really, what's a trip?
Right. Really.
Everything I
Yeah.
said was based off of the intent of the male.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But even the intent, what I'm saying is, if I really like you and I really want to spend time with you, I'm less likely to like overinvest because I want to make sure this is built correctly because I have a long-term
Yeah.
vision. What I'm saying is, if I don't care about how this thing is built and I'm really just trying to get you to submit and get what you want, I'll invest whatever I
Okay,
need
here's
to.
the plain
Right.
thing.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. I'll do it. Like really, if the goal is strictly sex, there's nothing I wouldn't do if I was that kind of guy.
Yeah.
That sounds mutually beneficial for both parties.
Oh no. See, okay.
Nah, 'cause she
No,
gonna
I'm
fall in
with that.
love, and then Willie's gonna be-
No,
I want her to flow with that. I want her to flow with that.
That leads into the women want the things more. When we see that, he's like, oh, I want a bag, I want this. What can I
That-
get out of
It
this
depends on her
situation as
intent.
quickly as I can? Yeah.
I just
But that's
think,
what she just said. That's mutually beneficial.
yeah, but
One at a
that's what
time, one at a
but
time, one
I
at a
love
time,
that because I just don't I call a woman's bluff on that because at the end of the day, no, at a certain point, women don't just want things like at the end of the day, women want long-term relationships. They want to be married at some point. Do you desire to be married?
I am married.
Okay, so there.
Oh, hold on. Got a lot of married women that come in here.
Actually, that's going to let us reduce her argument because she's not even out here in these streets. She
don't even know what's going on outside.
So actually, I see where this is coming from. You in the house talking. Like,
been removed.
yeah. But what I'm saying,
The
but
second one?
yeah,
This is
yeah.
the second one.
So, what I'm saying is though, a guy that doesn't have long-term, see a long-term benefit with you, I think they become very short-term. And what I'm saying is, most women would want long-term. There's women who think they go through seasons. I want to go through this phase, but inherently, a woman still, for the most part, 9 out of 10 want to get married. So if you think you're exchanging box for material things, what does that make you? At the end of the day, you want that connection. You want that relationship.
Finger snap.
So my thing is, at the end of the day, though, if that's what you ultimately want, you should slow that man down. You should, like Chris talks about a lot of time, you should be very selective in who you give your
He
time
says
and your sex to.
he says discerning.
Yeah, you should be more discerning because at the end of the day, once a man gets to that where he wants to be or he starts being with you intimately, you start to see where this guy's true intents are. And I think guys, honestly, I say 6 months because the first time they're not going to act differently. They're going to hit because they want to hit again. They want to hit again and hit again. A guy usually has about 75 smashes until you start to see who they really are.
Oh, dang. 75?
My man has collected the data. Do not argue it.
Hey,
not
that's when you do your glasses
He's
like
got
this
some
with.
metrics.
Do not dispute the data.
So what I'm saying is
the
though,
metrics.
Yo, 75 smashes, bro.
yo, but because I'm telling you, after
All women are counting right now.
I was like,
6
you're speaking on all women though.
6 months
All
is
women
75
don't
sessions.
want to be married. All women.
there's
Don't have these
and nothing in life is absolute. That's why I gave you 9 out of 10. I gave you a 10% variance. What I'm saying is 90%. Right.
Yo,
No, but
respect the Delta,
but what I'm
man.
saying is though, 90% of women do want to get married. Women inherently want to be monogamous. They want stability. They want family. They want to reproduce. They want those things. Again, and even the women who do, even the most gangster women, I'm sure you guys meet them say, I never want to get married. They eventually do. I've seen 304s.
yeah, we can get that one off.
Yeah, I've seen the biggest 304s in their mid-30s revert and turn submissive. Like, yo, I want to.
We taught him that before the podcast.
What is that?
Yeah,
It's
I'm
a
like, fill me in.
it's a hoe, but it's like on the calculator when you would say.
Oh,
No, you
Yeah.
put-
No,
you
so
know you
like
put boobies on the
our number
calculator.
one clip is at 340K, whatever. But it's mad people calling the girl a 304
Yeah.
and stuff in the comments, and I didn't know what it was. I had to
I'll
Google it.
let Lydia speak on it.
know.
I'll just say that even the girls who go out. No, I'm not saying
Okay,
you
okay, go
particularly. I'm just saying that Orlean Relina, anyone, that we know that women, their mindset evolve as they get older. And I think when you take most women who've been through experiences and you even talk to them about, hey, when you was 24, 23, they would probably talk to you differently and say, hey, when I was doing that, but I still ultimately wish I would have done X, Y, Z because I ultimately want to be married. They
Right.
want something secure and safe.
That is a good
I can
one.
agree. I want to kind of go back to what you were saying about in marriage, how it seems like women tend to put on, have more of that investment essentially.
Yeah.
I want to have the argument of why. Why
Ooh,
is that?
thank you,
Why
Lena,
should it
'cause
be
I
like
wasn't-
that?
Because-
Because a husband and a woman in a relationship together should both be investing in that together, to the kids, the house, everything. And that's what I hate about some structures of families where they kind of put all that responsibility on a mom, and that's not fair at all. Like,
No,
hands down, not fair.
I think
I'm definitely not saying.
I was about to
all,
say,
I'm
I think
just
the
saying
responsibilities are
more.
different.
Yeah.
I don't know what the freaking standard deviation on that would be. Maybe like 5 or 10%.
No, I'm actually agreeing with you.
No,
I just want to know
I'm
why
saying- I'm
it's
saying-
like that.
Yeah, that nigga
Come on
didn't
now.
take
I got
calculus
a
or nothing.
I got A's
I
in
know,
math,
that's why-
okay, and I got an A in statistics.
She
And
wasn't
I
in
slept through
statistics.
class. Listen, but I know numbers.
It was a poor usage of standard deviation.
know.
Go ahead.
I know. It probably
Trying to bust out your scientific terms like Willie. You don't even got no glasses. Stop.
He said that was a poor use of standard. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Don't do that to me.
No, Willie is funny because I was like, that's not how you use that number. That's not what that's for.
She's like, oh, I got some scientific terms too.
Yeah, let me say some words. I know words. No.
Go ahead.
Damn it, y'all made me.
No, you messed up when you said standard deviation. He was like, come on, man.
Listen, okay, but like I said, normally the way it works out is that the woman is the primary child rearer, the primary household, whatever you want to call it. So that means most of those things require a lot of emotional pouring. More so than the man bringing home the bacon, and he's also gonna do some child rearing after
Go,
he
please,
gets
kid,
home.
Chris, go.
He's also gonna do
Go.
this.
I
He's
just
also gonna do
disagree.
that.
I-
But I'm saying emotional
Go,
pouring.
Chris.
But did you see how
I'm
you see how you
spending more
just?
time.
Why did you just broom over that though?
Go, Chris. Thank you.
Like, why don't you just
I'm
zoom over
going
that?
somewhere. I'm
Okay, go ahead.
taking you into
Okay, go
account.
ahead,
I'm
go
trying
ahead.
not to negate your emotional pouring. I'm adding that in. Okay,
Okay.
the sauce is in there.
Okay, go ahead.
It's there. But I'm
Land-
just saying,
land
she
the
asked
plane,
me
though.
why it's more, and I think those are the reasons. And also because when everyone gets old, and when everyone gets sick, and when everyone gets their leg broken, who do they call?
Mom.
That's why.
I think the investment piece is dependent on values, and I think it goes back to what Willie was talking about. With if he had discussed values initially, he would have dissolved a lot of relationships probably. I think the percentages lie in where we value. Like if I value your time, I'm gonna see you spending time with me. It's gonna be heavier. Now, if I have a whole bunch of money, if I have $1 million, me spending 10 grand on you isn't a steep or
Slight
overtly,
work, yep.
and I'm not overtly investing in you if I have $1 million. That's nothing to me. But to you, if you have $100 in the bank, you're gonna be like, oh, he is going crazy.
Yep.
So I think it just, you have to diagnose the entire picture. You got to get to know that person entirely to know when they're really, really invested. Because to a degree, when the values are different or their values don't align, you might misdiagnose certain things.
Always.
No, and what's crazy is I know we talk a lot about like men roles and women roles. When I think about the term investment in a relationship or a potential marriage, this is the time I really do think it's probably equal. I just think the investments are different.
Right.
I definitely think how a man is showing up based on, like you said, the value system. His investment's just going to look different. But I do agree. I think where Lena was going, I do think it's still equal at the end of the day. It's just going to look different in that space.
And that's the whole argument, because we're equal, but we look different. Okay. And that's why I'm taking it back to what I said before. Take a relationship in its entirety. A man, say y'all were married 30 years, and this man provided a household and a living for you to actually be pregnant happily,
Yep.
right? He gave over a paced time. He gave consistently
Yep.
for years. You had his children, priceless, risked your life, right? That's a more volatile investment. That's more like spike. But with him, it's a different. Like he's been working his whole life. We're just putting it in that vacuum per se, because I know certain relationships don't look like that. But traditionally, y'all at the end of the day, at the end of your lives, I think you both break even. Because I couldn't have my own children. You immortalized me. You immortalized us.
I love that.
But for you to be able to do so, I had to provide a household. I had to provide food. I had to feed y'all. I had to do, you know what I'm saying? So
You're speaking traditional only, right, though?
Right.
Okay.
I think that's what. But I think that's what we aspire.
like,
I
don't
think that's what we
women know how
aspire
to
to
get a
do.
job?
That-
But I think that's what I
Right.
think.
Is that what we're aspiring
I think
to
that's
do
what we
nowadays?
naturally aspire to do, and it goes back to that street thing. We out in the street to look a certain way, to attract. Now we might not know how to conduct ourselves when we get in a relationship, and then a lot of the toxicity that comes in a relationship is honestly, when you break it down, it's because a man isn't providing in a certain way, and I think we should talk about that too.
No, I was about
because-
to ask because when you said traditionally, they both kind of leaned in. So what are y'all thoughts on? I agree with Chris. Like traditionally, what she does for me, it looks different, but I value that contribution just the same as me being a protector provider. So when you like, oh, that's traditional. What's the other side of that coin? Yeah, the alternative.
I think the traditional road is
Like, subscribe, hit the bell. Hit the bell.